Right, well, we know where that is. So what we'll do is we'll hand this one in. And then it'll tell us where it is and we'll go and hook it up. Because this one, we don't care about the time. Yeah, we don't need to do that, Sarge, because realistically, we're not going to hand both in on time. So we'll hand this one in now, go and hook it all up, take that over to those tankers, then hand the second job in and go. So this one is in C1S, apparently, which is in the tank yard. Interesting. I knew it was those cars. Okay, 54 to 130. Are you actually kidding me? Are you actually kidding me, game? It's these three at the back. Oh my god. Are you having a giraffe? That's why it's logistical. Because we have to get this out the way first. So you can imagine right now, if we'd have handed that job in as well, there's no way on earth we'd have got the bonus. Okay then. So part one, we're going to pull this stuff out of the way and shove it down there. Somebody was asking about the DE6. That's the DE6. So that's the one that you need like a 200 grand license for. Right now we're stuck with 001. Did you have a miniature train set as a kid? Yes, I did. Hornby Railways. Not yet, Danny. It's giraffe code for a long train of empty cars. You're building your railway in the loft. Yeah, Costel, I imagine although like you get paid a lot more for the big jobs, the fuel bill just goes up massively. Shunted the tankers in the last stream, that's why they're in the wrong order. I thought it would have reset them though. Could be wrong. Dirty Drew, 39 months. I found out the other day that L007 is a 6-axle at one of the factories. Yeah, somebody said it's a 6-axle, I can't get it yet. The big diesel does 1 litre in 11 seconds. Idling. Wow. Switch is wrong. What? No, I had a look. There's no room at the other side, Bullet. That's the first thing I checked, is how much room is at the other side. Mr. Refrick, that's weird. I had the 007 as a shunter to you too. Interesting. Do you reckon it's random then? Hitboxes. Great when they work. Yeah, because I went back here and had a look how much space we have to see if we've got enough to haul 3 cars out. We just don't have enough room here. To get the back of this thing past that point though, and then switch it so we can shove it in there. He did one of the 36. I did Glamdring. I did one of the shunting jobs, and it was the same thing. I did it 22 seconds overtime and didn't get the bonus. And I emailed the dev. Well, I messaged him on Discord and I was like, dude, this is really annoying. And he was like, yeah, I hear you. We're going to loosen that up slightly. Because on the one hand it says you've got 36 minutes to do it, and it says you took 36 minutes, but when you look at the breakdown, it says you took 36 minutes and 22 seconds, therefore you fail. Yeah, I'm gonna get the remote. Definitely gonna get that. It's 25 grand. It's an investment. Yeah, I know it is Bigfoot. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you look at the job sheet when you get it back, it says time allowed 36 minutes, time taken 36 minutes. So when you look at the big numbers, it looks like you're going to get your bonus, and then you don't get your bonus, and when you look at the detail, it's because you was 22 seconds over. Obviously, 36 minutes and 22 seconds is longer than 36 minutes, but it's painful. Correct. If you was 36 minutes and 1 second, you wouldn't get your bonus. Because you're over 36 minutes. It's like being over the speed limit by 1 mile an hour. You're still over the speed limit. But it's painful when you get booked for it, right? This is Don't. How are you doing? Oh, game, you scumbag. Game, you complete scumbag. Do you see what it's done? Do you see what it's done to me? Mrs. Don't, I hope you're well. Thank you for 59 months. That's amazing. Can you see what the game's done to me? It's uncoupled. It's already like left some of these cars uncoupled. So I basically have to check every single one now. And then do that again. Look. Look. This is pure scumbaggery. Oh my god. Well, there's another lesson learned. You missed several people telling you that. Jackal GB, thank you for 9 months, but I hope you're well. Mrs. Stone, I hope you're looking after Mr. Pringle. I'm sure you are. Have a great weekend. You love it when the game teaches these lessons. Yep, that's basically it. Like, don't be complacent. Logistic holes, eh? I'm so glad I did not hand in this job. If we'd have started the clock on that, I would have been raging. No, don't have the remote. You think this is raging, Captain Flint? You've clearly never seen an angry squirrel. I think we're just shy though. Right. Let's get that hooked. Maybe. Then we're going to push it back a bit more. I'm sure there should be somebody in the yard doing this, not me. I'm the driver. I don't do this stuff. Okay, I think we're good. That's all of them. And then we're going to have to hook up and push those back now. This is painful, man. Great to see a co-op. Do I remember the devs saying something about co-op? Do you reckon they'll fit in the middle one? Is that right? Yep. It's on the roadmap, fair enough. Looks like it will fit in the middle. We'll shove it there. I have no plans to play Polybridge 2. We're going to try a 2-man multiplayer and see how we go. Yeah, adding MP is a lot of work. Not yet, Jimbo. Hopefully next week. Oh, fuel's nearly full. I'll have to check to see what level we're on. I want to do some sim flying first before I go jump in the real thing again. I need to go and do some circuits. I want to run through my procedures on the sim, make sure I've got it all, refresh my memory kind of thing. And then I'll book in for an hour or something and go and do some circuits. I need to see an instructor really, because there's some equipment and stuff has changed around at the airfield. So I want to make sure I know what the details are. They got their own fueling bowser now. So that's changed, and the taxi routes have changed because the ambulance service has moved in, and somebody's already managed to hit something on the taxiway. So I want to make sure where that is. iRacing tiny. No, iRacing I kind of stopped for a bit for a few reasons. Mostly the stuttering I was having on the old rig. Week 13 next week, isn't it? And the BMW's coming in, so I want to try that, the GT4. See if that drives as bad as the Porsche. Puppies, I'm secretly hoping that it drives properly and not like the Porsche, but I think we all know what it's really going to do. Wow, I can't believe this job. This job pays $6,000. Now, I'm not being funny. We probably just burnt $3,000 moving the stuff out of the way. So I think that job, what it pays is a complete and utter joke. It's a complete joke. There's no way you can profit from that. It's underpaid. Yeah, thanks, pups. I don't use track IR for racing though. That was weird. Super Lim, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome. Maybe it's meant to be done together as you do currently and then basically recuperate it. I don't think so, if I'm honest. I think that should have been a shunting job. I think it genuinely underpays what it is. Allied Pimp, welcome to the house. Thank you for your sub. I mean, fuel-wise, we've used an eighth of a tank, which is a lot of money. That's just to get those 3 cars. So now, even if we drove those 3 cars to the goods factory for 6 grand, even that would be a struggle for profit, excluding the cost of what we just did. Any plans to make a touch and go at Heathrow like the Americans going to JFK and LaGuardia? I know some guys in the WhatsApp group who overflew Stansted during the Corona lockdown. And they were, at one point, I think they were being offered a landing, but the way it's phrased by the ATC, it's not immediately obvious that's what they're saying. And if you don't know what they're asking you, in the cryptic way they're asking you, then they just say, disregard. But what they're actually saying is, do you want to do touch and goes? Without saying, do you want to do touch and goes? Lots of people did a low approach into Gatwick. Kind of once in a lifetime, isn't it? Wicked7, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome. Thank you for your subs. Yeah, I don't know what the landing fees would be. I know Stansted charges like £200, £300 for a landing fee. But then during Corona, maybe they waived it, who knows. Right, I need to go and figure out points for this. Going right. Left. HBFH 56, that's not the right one. Wait, where did it go? Is it this one?
Welcome back, Nata.
Left, right. There we go. You normally get control express transit. Yeah, transits are fine. Like, if you talk confident to ATC, you can get a transit over Gatwick or Stansted if they're not too busy. That's not the problem. Like, but it's actually shooting an approach and landing. That's a different thing. Getting a VFR landing into Gatwick normally, yeah, good luck. All the Stream Deck XLs are sold out. Wolf's Moon, thank you for gifting a sub to Euro Truck Simulator 2 boss. Welcome back, sir. Do you reckon I can couple up to these before we hand the job in and it'll still be okay with that? Why would you touch down and take off again? There are many reasons for that. That was a little bit harsher than I wanted. Right then. So, before we do this, let's get a little prepped here. So this is a haul to the goods factory in town, which means we're going to go via the steel mill. So we're going to come out of here, take a right, and then we're going to take a left, and then we're going to go through the steel mill, and then hang a right and go into the goods factory in town. When we get in there, goods factory in town. Goods factory in town. Drop-off points are probably either going to be B or C. B or D. If it's B, that'll be easy because that's where the loading bay is, so it's likely to be B.
Happy anniversary.
But it could easily be D. Adobe, thank you for 8 months. I imagine the way this will go down is there'll be a drop-off at B, followed by a drop-off at D. If it's D, then if it's D first for the tankers, then what we'll have to do is we'll have to drive in this way so that we can then reverse the tankers back into D. If it's a B drop, we can just go straight in and drop and then carry on. But we'll most likely have to do that anyway, just to reverse D.
Happy anniversary.
Let's go. Well, you have to drop the goods off and disconnect them and then validate the job. The job doesn't validate unless you've put it in the right place and disconnected it. E. It's going to E. I tell a lie, it's going to D. That's the pickup. D6I is where it's going. Right, so we'll have to come in. As I just said, we'll have to come in here and set the points that way. Park there, switch and come back. But for now, we can just focus on the actual journey. Also, we need to hope we've got enough fuel for this. $61 or $132 should be at the back. Oh god. That's not right. Something wrong.
Happy anniversary. Matter.
61 at the front. 181. I don't know. We didn't leave anything. I think it's just because it's in a different order. 125, 521, 132. Yeah, that's 132. I think we're good. I think we're good. It's just the wrong order. But we've got the whole thing. That's the main thing. Cool. So we just wasted another few minutes. To get this thing going. I think this is almost at the 500-ton limit, isn't it? Fox Mold, I think 15. Thank you. NSR. Glad to see Twitch counts my old subs. Yes, it does. Adds them up. Life been changing since 2018 and had to stop subbing. But never stop watching. Love your streams, Mr. Paul. Always makes my day. Well, thank you and welcome back, NSR. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, assuming we get there, Costello. So we've got to keep the momentum going. Mr. Hurrah, thank you for 26. Okay, so we need to just hang a right first. A right, then a left. Let's get some momentum. Mrs. Frosty, 53 months. Thank you very much, Mrs. Frosty. Hope you're well. It's a 40 limit around here, annoyingly, so we'll just back off on the throttle and let the hill slow us down a bit. Special sand, friction sand, Daniel, that's what it is, friction sand. Ultra expensive, high friction sand. Track is going to the right, which is what we want. I always know when Baz sends a message because he always uses that soundbite. Time it took you to take your train, I carried 650 tons, 70k. Okay. Baz, I've had a lot more to do this week than just play this game, unfortunately. So yeah, I've not been able to grind up to the D6 yet. Engine's getting warm. Which is not good because we're not even up this hill yet. Baz, why would your tankers leak? Did you like cause damage or something, or did it just leak anyway? Did you do something to cause the environmental damage, or did the game just inflict it on you? USMC, thanks 33. Oh, this is a heck of a haul out of here. You reckon he damaged the tanks, Dave? Wait, did I get a host from someone? Motorbike. Was it Jeff? Oh man. I feel bad now. Did I get a host? Because all my audio notifications were broken at the start of the stream. So if I got hosted, I wouldn't have been aware of it. Dang it. Okay, so I don't know. Well, if Jeff Faviona's hosting me, he must have hosted me when I went live, so normally I get notified. He might have raided or something, I don't know. Oh, this is such a long climb, oh my god. We're holding steady. Ish. Stable. Next will be a left turn. You can't get to the goods factory if you go right. Well, you can, but not very easily. Oh, I love walnut cake. Can you figure out what cars you need? Like you used to do, take the job card but not start it, haul them to the destination, then start the job. I doubt it, because when you hand the job in to take it, if the cars aren't in that platform, it won't. I just don't think it's going to work. If the game has been written properly, it won't work. But I haven't actually tested that. If that works, it would be an exploit because it's not meant to happen. Wait, Costello, did you use a mod to use 2 diesel? The gas tankers are really fragile. It caused leaks as soon as I left the track and I couldn't stop it from venting completely. Wow. So basically, you had to haul something which caused environmental damage, and there's nothing you could do. Three cars behind the loco derailed for no reason. Right, so there was damage then. Yeah, Jeff Faviona's got a Twitch account. Streams GTA and stuff. Okay. Point set correctly. Wow, 100k damage, Basil. GG. King Awesome, have a good one, sir. How long have I known Jeff? It depends what you want to count. Like, I've known of Jeff for pretty much since I started my YouTube channel. So you're looking at about 8 years. I think I first met Jeff 2015 maybe. I think it was one of the Flight Sim Expos I first met him. We had a good time when I did that virtual fly thing. Both me and Jeff got invited to Barcelona to go and look at the virtual fly stuff, and that's when I spent time with him and Nicole. And yeah, we were on the flight sim together, the dual cockpit one, if you remember. That was fun. USMC, welcome back. Carriers Gaming, thank you for the sub. Yeah, I'm watching the Thames, but I've got to climb this bad boy. I'm hoping once we get out the harbour, we're not going to have as much climbing to do, because it is costing a lot of time in this job. It's only 35 minutes, which is not a lot. Need to get a wiggle on. I think pretty much from the steel mill to the goods factory is just straight through. Carriers, thank you for gifting a sub to Shake a Leg. Appreciate that. Subs and gifts straight away. You reckon I've got 21 minutes left? Well, fuel-wise we should have enough to get there, but the goods factory itself has a shop, but doesn't have a diesel service. If it has a shop, we may be able to buy the remote though, maybe. I can't go full steam ahead, it's a diesel electric. Sorry, I had to. Okay, cruising all the way up, straight in, and then keep right to the steel mill for a straight through. Because even when we get to the goods factory, it's going to take us like 5 minutes just to line it up properly. D6I at the goods factory. Let's have a look at D. Okay, so 6I is going to be... As we reverse back into it, we'll have to go right and then second left. Big Reg, welcome back. Full diesel ahead doesn't sound as good. It doesn't, does it? It's weird. Full steam ahead, it's okay, but full diesel ahead doesn't work. Is the game fun in VR? Apart from the kind of stuttering that you get now and again, yes. In VR, you really get a sense of how big the machines are. It's quite weird. Thank you, 35 months. I would just say send it, Bigfoot. Everybody knows what send it means. The reason I don't do GTA 5 RP stuff is purely because I can't keep the stream PG. Like, I like the idea of it, I like the concepts of role-playing in GTA, but it's impossible to keep it PG. Should get a bit easier now. The most of the climbing's out the way. Frame stutters giving you train sim flashbacks. Yeah, the difference is that when you were getting the train sim stutters, that was a released game, fully released game. This is a early access, but it is annoying. It's a 50 limit round here. Yeah, it'll be fine. Little touch of train brake. That sounded a bit harsh. The speed, if you multiply by 10, so that's 70. Well, the engine's cooling down nicely. What do I think of Train Sim World? Graphically, it looks gorgeous. I think they've not really nailed the gameplay side of it. Like, this game has, you know, not exactly cutting-edge graphics, but it has a lot of fun gameplay. Train Sim World has cutting-edge graphics, but the gameplay's just not... It's just not as fun, you know? It's weird. I mean, even ignoring the fact there's no steam engines in the game, the routes are all disconnected from each other. There's no multiplayer. There's no third-party add-ons. You know, apart from all that as well. I don't know how we say that. Kuen33, thank you for subbing. Okay, we want to go straight through here, and then after the steel mill we hang a left. Otherwise we end up in a siding. Trenton Will needs to hire these guys. I don't think that would work. I think the cultures of Dovetail's culture is completely different to the kind of people that create a game like this. And they're a PLC, they've got shareholders to answer to. But yeah, it's just the gameplay, like, it's just not as fun. Somehow. We don't need to slow down, dude, we're not going left. What we do need to do is make sure the points are set straight though. Wow, this steel mill is empty. And then it suddenly populates. Hey, we've got time pressures, bro. Now there should be a left turn coming up here. It should be set for left already, but if it's not, that can be really bad. If I remember, it's a fairly quick run through here. Train sim world is easy in your opinion. Well, if you imagine what train sim world could be compared to like a flight simulator, it's nowhere near that, is it? Like, none of the onboard systems are properly, apart from PZB and all that stuff, none of the, like, a train is not implemented in detail. .70 limit. D. Thompson. I don't know if who knows if Microsoft would ever get back into train simming. Who knows? Right now they're focused on flight sim. Imagine if they did the same thing with train sim though. Imagine if they took like a one-to-one scale Google Maps or Bing Maps view of all the track and then just said, there you go. Don't play on that. Like, the one thing that annoys me about any of the train sims is you can't, like, take a train and drive it from Glasgow to Euston. Like, you can't do that. Why? Okay, next one we need to worry about is a right-hand turn towards a goods factory. Mickey Learjet, thank you for 4 years, sir. Happy anniversary. Not sure what the speed is around this bend. I can't remember, does the goods is it a climb up to the goods factory? My memory banks tell me it is, but it's quite a slow climb if I remember. I'll just cool the engine down. I got a right turn now. It is a climb, yeah. Any plans to scrap mechanics this weekend, Noah? I may play it tomorrow, first session. My plan is to play Derail all day today, and then tomorrow maybe we'll do scrap mechanic, then Sunday night trucking. V-Magic, thank you for 14 months. Okay, right turn set. We have a 40 limit. Some braking going. Wow, the stutter inch rail. It's probably just loaded the goods factory. Oh my god, I pressed the wrong button. I had my fingers in the wrong place, and when I thought I was releasing brakes, I was actually just pressing the number 3 key and doing nothing. GG. I was holding my finger down going, why is the speed not... why am I still slowing down here? And then I looked down, yeah, that's why. That's annoying. They did some massive FPS and gameplay improvements this week, Noah. On which game, sorry? All that momentum killed. Right, so that sign there, yellow and blue. If you look in your Derail Valley guide, sorry, not Derail Valley guide, the Shunter guide. Actually, it's not them. Have I not got that book? It's in the train guide anyway, at the back. It means you're going up a hill. It's really annoying because I had a nice cool engine and momentum ready for this climb, and now I've got a warm engine and lost all that momentum. You do the wrong keys and stoneworks, back to the workbench with a full load of fuel. Why is Derail Valley and Scrap Mechanic not on SquirrelPlus? Wait, what? Is it not up to date? Derail Valley is. Hang on. D is... We need to go straight through B and then hang a right, is what we need to do. Straight through B and hang a right. No, I don't, Matt. I don't agree that every service center on the map should be the same. The whole point of this map is to give you different challenges by giving you different centers in different towns. Like, you can't expect to turn up at every single town and get fuel, get serviced, get a shop. Like, that's not the way it's meant to be. Derail Valley is not. You had to watch 3 more episodes. Okay, this is news to me. What about Scrap Mechanic? Is that not up to date either? $50 limit, no problem. Okay, it's set up to go straight through. And then we want a right turn. Scrap Mechanic on the 23rd is uploaded. And when did I last stream it? 23rd was Saturday. That's correct then, isn't it? Because I did Derail Valley on Sunday and then Sunday Night Trucking. So when was the last Derail Valley put up then? From which... We had 6 episodes of Scrap Mechanic, but it wasn't the right ones. Scrap Mechanic from the 21st is not uploaded. Is that the one where I was doing stream testing or not? Your Derail video is there, part 1 to 3 from Saturday for a second. So it's just the Sunday one that's missing. Is that what we're saying? Wow, the heck game. D6i. That's 6i. God train. That took longer than I planned. I guess that's where having the remote control would have really paid off. Because at least then I could have set it to slow down rather than jumping back. Yeah, I need to get that remote. I'm going to get it when we get this job. I do it all the time, Baz, because if you leave it without any power, it just slows down too much. Because friction. I just had it set a bit too much. Oh, we're going to 6i, not 5i. Okay. Left, left. Right, right. No, that's 6i. That's 6i, what are you talking about? It's going left into 6i. Because if you go right, you end up in the other one that hasn't got a name. Points are set. Missing episode of Scrap Mechanics when you were building a big mining machine for stone. Which day was that on? Stone. Maybe I forgot to handbrake something. The other load, I don't know, I don't care. I'm just gonna hand this in first. And we'll figure that out. man, where's the shop in this place? I've forgotten. There it is. Oh, scumbag. 3.5 minutes late. Too many mistakes again. "38 minutes and 29 seconds. 3.5 minutes. Dang. Oh well. See, wasted time doing some mistakes. That's fair enough. I mean, the timings are very tight. Okay, where are we going? D1S. Okay. 1S is there. Well, there's no rush now anyway. Yeah, the times are very close. They really are. I don't know about you, but I kind of feel like the bonus should be... At the moment, you've got like, here's the time, and if you do it in that time, you get a 50% bonus. I kind of feel like there should be a bit more of a scale. And maybe 50% is too much anyway. Maybe there should be like a 10%, 25, something like that. We got a quarter of a tank, we're fine.
Celebratory punt.
1S is here. It's all the way to the left. Left, left, so it's just this point here we need to flick. I'm not sure if prorated makes sense. If you think about a real job economy, normally you would only get paid for a job for delivering it. If you deliver it late, you might get a penalty. If you get an urgent item, then you might have a bonus for getting there quickly. I don't know. Like, there's such a thing as time-sensitive goods and non-time sensitive goods. If I need to get a load of coal somewhere, generally that's not time sensitive. If I need to get a load of mail, first class mail, or next day delivery items, like, that's time sensitive. So maybe if they flesh that out a bit more, it could be more challenging. Mr. Refrick, my winter car's confirmed. I know. I saw it in the release notes. He said he's already working on it. He said that this is the last big patch for my summer car. And it was a big patch, to be fair. And that he's already working on my winter car. Do you think it would ruin things if you could jump into a train like in Farming Sim? As in like teleport across the map into a vehicle? Well, you can. You can do that. If you click on a town, it'll say, do you want to fast travel there for like 10 grand? So you can already fast travel and jump into a locomotive anywhere on the map. It just has a penalty. It's not free like Farm Sim. Is streaming your 9 to 5 gig? No. I do YouTube and Twitch. That's my full-time gig. I'm not a full-time streamer. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I do both. I believe they call it content creator. Or marketing people call you an influencer. Whatever, bro. You hate the word influencer. Well, marketing people are a law unto themselves. They're just like... The thing is about marketing people is they need to give everything cushy names so that when they create their PowerPoint slides and put it up in front of the management and stuff, they sound like they know what they're talking about. Yeah, they need to create a synergy. A synergistic influencer. That's what I am. Whatever that means. 1 hour and 10 minutes? That's a bit over the bonus, wasn't it? Okay, we've got 6 grand for that. We're now 46 grand and we owe... Yikes! That's a lot of money. We can't get it serviced here. And we can't get it refueled here either. So if we want to fix up 001 right now, we're going to have to pay the full price. See, how does that engine temperature drop to nothing? I mean, I was only away from the machine a couple of minutes and it's already on 0. You need to be synergistic in your dynamic approach to going forward and leverage key partnerships to achieve common goals. I like your strategic thinking. You're aligned with my synergistic thoughts, though. Let's have a look in the shop. A shovel? A golden shovel. Look at that. It's a tidy shovel. I mean, if you're going to have a shovel, that's the kind of one that you can aspire to. Lovely stained oak shaft. Lovely patterned golden... That's just amazing. I feel like I want to get some Brasso and clean that. It looks so good. The golden shovel. Gives you an extra 10 horsepower with every scoop. So the bad news is... I can't even buy shovel more coal in one go. Wow. Golden... That's not actually lying. That actually gives you a bonus. That gives you a bonus. Shovel more coal in one go. I wonder what kind of bonuses that give you. 20k shovel. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for something that just scoops up coal. I wish I could afford it. So I guess I can't buy the remote here then. Does anybody know where I can buy the remote control from? Maybe the loco has a good Corsair cooling system. Lol. What, when you switch it off, goes instantly cold? That's amazing. Remote to the machine's factory or food factory. Oh my god, I am nowhere near the machine factory or food factory.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
I could teleport over to the food factory. Take a while, take a few minutes, but we can get over there. Or maybe we can get a job to the food factory. Do you reckon we've got enough fuel to get there? I don't think we do. How much was that? Your copay, $294 out of 62,500. So my copay is currently 62.5. That's a lot of money. The machine factory has the remote. Northeast of the map. The machine factory's northwest of the map, dude. Yoshi, thank you for 49. You never bought the remote, you saved the money to get the faster DE6. Of course you did, Baz. Goods factory, Harbour Town, City Southwest. Oh, paying decent money. They don't go to many places though from here. There is a freight haul to the food factory paying 4k. You could go there and buy the remote. You could make it to the Orwell North to repair and refuel. When you say the oil well north to repair and refuel, I don't see a diesel. Oh, sorry, you mean that one. Go on. Yeah. Yeah, drive around the corner and do it. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I might do that, actually, because there might be some better jobs at the Orwell North anyway. I'm not really loving these. I don't want to go back to the harbour again. As much as I like the harbour, I kind of want to try something else. I think we'll do that. I think we'll punt it round to the Orwell. Get this thing fixed up for half the price and then see what's there. You would think the graphics should be better. I think your spelling should be better as well. Sorry, had to. It's a Unity engine. It's a Unity engine. It's not amazing, but it's like, this is a small development team making their first proper game, so... Sorry. I couldn't resist, right? I'm calling Petter about you. It's all about the gameplay. A lot of indie games, it's like if you look at FTL, right? FTL is a game where it's, you could look at that and go, oh my god, look at the stupid bitmap graphics, and completely miss a game with superb gameplay. Like, I come from an era where you played games that were in monochrome. So graphics aren't everything to me. Yeah, I agree, Captain Flint. I think they've got a lot of optimization to do on the Unity engine. The textures, they probably need to replace for something like much higher res textures. The lighting is just global at the moment and very dull, lackluster. There's no rain. There's no wind. There's no weather, fog. There's no day-night cycle. There's nothing. It's just literally the sun is permanently in the sky and doesn't move. Well, they've got to start somewhere, right?